Okay, this time I'm going to make a basic bow. I try to do a little bit of a pattern so that it was easier for you guys to see. I don't know if this is going to help. I tried to make the video with black one, that didn't work very well. I don't measure. It's probably more part of my personality, maybe because I've made them for so long that it's easy for me to do. But really, I just eyeball about how long I want, how wide I want my bow. And like, for instance, I mean, you can probably see on the wall, most of my bows, I haven't measured them. They're all basically about the same sizes as one another, depending on their category. But I don't measure them at all. But anyway, this one I'm just going to go about this wide is how I want to. That's horrible that I don't have measurements. Anyway, for instance, this one is, I'll measure it really quick for you guys so that you get an idea. This one's about 5 inches wide. So I fold it over at the 5-inch mark. And what we're going to do is fold it again where the end piece is inside. See how it's inside? So we folded it a second time. Now fold it a third time. Then once more. You're going to fold it 4 times total. Now, before you cut, check inside the end of each loop that you have. There should be 2 loops. It'll be easier to pull out this side. See how there's 2 loops, and then there's one cut end. If I can find it in there. A little tricky. Take forever. Okay, then the cut end. And that'll be on both sides, except for, you know, the cut end for this side will still be attached to the ribbon on the spool. I'll go ahead and cut across just a little bit further, because once you start spreading it out and all the other stuff, it gets a little shorter, and you can always trim towards the end. Now what I do is I fold it in half so that the 2 loops are even, like that. Now take one of your pins and put it through the bottom. This way we know exactly where the center of our bow is. Now you can see that the pin is in the center of the bow. So with it pinned, you start to spread it out. Now like notice when I pulled this end up, this one over here is going to come down. This one will come up, which will make this one come down. And you can just spread it out. I like to spread mine out pretty far. Makes it look a little fluffier, and the tails are more noticeable in the front. You're actually looking at the back, so I'll turn it around. You spread it out basically how you want your sides of your bow to look. Now, if you watch the prep video, it would show you the things that you're going to need before we get started. So you should have a needle and thread ready. What we're going to do is, you're going to start with putting the needle through towards the center of the bow. Use your pin, everything's opposite on the video. Okay, use your pin here as a marker for where the center of your bow is. And you're going to want to put the needle through towards the center of the bow, in between the tails. Now you don't want to shove the needle all the way through. What you're going to want to do is kind of weave it in and out. Now it's going to come back out the back, then we're going to push it again through the front. And I'm not exactly towards the center because the video is making everything opposite, and it's really hard for me to get it exactly right. But anyway, keep it on the needle, don't pull it through to the thread yet, and just weave in and out all the way up. We're coming back up the front. Now back through the back again. Here. And then back up through the front one more time. Now, take the pin that you use to mark the center and pull it out so that it's out of your way, you don't get poked by the pen, and scrunch your bow up on the needle. Notice I haven't pulled it through to the thread yet. Just scrunch it all up and hold it tight with one hand, and grab your needle and pull it through the remainder of the way. It's a really big needle, so it's hard to pull through. I'm trying to use a bigger needle so you guys can see clear. And pull it through until you meet that knot that you tied at the end of your thread. And then wrap it around tightly. I do it twice. And then put your finger in the way so that you have a loop. Wrap it around once. Pull your finger out of the loop. And then put the thread through that loop. Pull it tight. And then put your finger there again and wrap it around once. I always try to knot it at least twice. Then stick it through the loop again. Pull it tight one more time. And I should use a different color thread so it's easier for you guys to see. But cut pretty close to where you tied it at so that it doesn't stick out from the knot that you attach to the front. And now you have a basic bow. Since it's been sewed or sewn, you can fluff out the little sides and all of that. For the tails, you want to make them kind of even. Mine weren't even, but make them where they're about the same. Fold it in half, like so, and then cut from the outside part of the bow towards the inside down at an angle. Like that. And then it'll look like that. You'll do this on both of them, and then you'll get your lighter and you will burn the edges, and that'll keep it from fraying and looking a mess later. It'll make it hold up better. And you'll notice when you're done that the edges of where you cut are hard now. And it's not going to fray. You'll do it on both sides so that it's finished. Then go to the video with how to tie a center knot and attach a clip, and that'll show you how to complete the bow. And I'll make some more of different styles, how to make a little bit of a fluffier bow, things like that. Thanks for watching.